Hi, everyone. I'm Jessica Taylor, a product marketer on Confluence Cloud. Today, I'm joined by Sally Stone, a product marketer on the Jira software team. We're excited to talk to you about how to use Jira and Confluence Cloud together to organize, collaborate, and grow your teams. So here is our agenda today. First, we'll talk a little bit about using Jira and Confluence together. Then Sally will dive into best practices for Agile management. I'll walk you through the best ways to see and share the big picture with Jira and Confluence. Sally will talk through organizing workflows with integrations. And then we're both really excited to talk to you about how to take Jira and Confluence to the next level. Finally, we'll save time at the end to answer your questions. Now, 76% of Jira software customers said they shipped projects faster with Confluence. That's not all. 66% of Jira software customers who added Confluence said it helped ease communication between development teams and non-technical teams. As I'm sure many of you know, small teams have to keep information flowing to deliver their best work. We recently talked to a bunch of new customers using Jira and Confluence and heard things like the quote you see here. Teams know that Jira and Confluence are powerful tools, but they feel like they haven't scratched the surface in terms of their capabilities. We also heard that teams were experiencing challenges introducing the bigger picture of Agile principles to teams, setting up the new tools, and aligning on what's important so they can be sure their teams are spending time in the most impactful way. The good news is, Sally and I listened to your feedback, and we're here today to help. There are many reasons that Jira Software and Confluence Cloud are the leading tools for Agile project management. When teams organize and align with Jira and Confluence, it helps them power better, more informed work. Integrations between Jira and Confluence help teams collaborate efficiently and go from planning to execution without a hitch. Your teams can also grow and improve with Jira and Confluence. Our features and plans have everything your team needs to become a high-performing Agile team right out of the box. So Sally, take it away with more about best practices for Agile management.
Thanks, Jessica. Hey, my name is Sally. I'm a PMM on the Jira team, and I'm excited to talk with you all today about some best practices for Agile management. Agile is an approach to project management and software development that helps teams deliver continuous value to their customers. Whether you're a seasoned Agile expert or just getting started, the features and templates in Jira Software and Confluence can help you unlock the power of Agile. Here's everything you need to know to start or refine your tools and processes. To start off, there are two different project types in Jira, Classic and Next Gen. Classic projects have global administration, which lets organization build workflows and custom issue types across multiple teams. Next-gen projects empower teams to get started quickly and design their own way of working without burdening administrators. Jira Software Cloud gives you the ability to mix and match classic and next-gen project types depending on the needs of your team. The Scrum framework enables software teams to manage projects through incremental delivery. The Jira Scrum board is the single source of truth for all the work a team needs to deliver during a sprint. Much more than a task board, the Jira Scrum board increases communication and transparency, promotes sprint planning and iterative development, and improves team focus and organization. Kanban is a management framework which helps teams visualize work, limit works in progress, and maximize flow. Each issue in a Kanban board represents a single work item as it moves through various stages of completion. This gives your team full visibility into what's next, so you can continuously deliver maximum output in minimal cycle time. Jira software also empowers teams to adjust the tool the way that they work. So let's talk about how easy it is to customize your Jira instance. In next-gen projects, you can easily toggle features on and off at the project level. This is where you can toggle between either Scrum or Kanban, whichever framework will work best for a particular project. Here's how you can customize your workflow. In Jira Software's default workflow, your issues move through 3 statuses: to do, in progress, and done. If this is too simple, you might consider creating your own statuses in Jira Software to match your team's process. For example, your team might need to add a status such as code in review, awaiting QA, or ready to merge. You can make Jira reflect how your team works as much or as little as you like. You can also create custom issue types with a drag and drop. In this case, we're including priority as a field. Now let's talk about how epics, stories, and labels can be used in Jira for Agile planning. Epics are containers filled with user stories or issues that track details for a particular body of work. Use epics to plot out the big rocks you want to move and to provide a high-level description of work upstream. Stories create sections within a project. Use stories to align issues around a common theme. You can also assign owners for stories based on team, owner, or function. Labels organize work outside of an epic or a story. Think of labels as a tag or a keyword. They add flexibility to Jira by allowing your team to group issues that don't fall within the same epic or story. They also allow for simple querying and reporting. For instance, you can use a label to indicate work relevant to UX, business teams, or the platform team. Before diving into planning, a best practice is to establish the definition of epic, stories, and labels within your team. Then you can get started planning with the tool. Native roadmaps in Jira give you a better sense of what your team is working on. With the addition of roadmap hierarchy, you can see all the stories and child issues that roll into your epic for a big picture view. With the dependency mapping feature, teams can easily show relationships between epics and stay ahead of blockers before they become an issue. It's all a drag and drop right from the roadmap. Once you've navigated how to make Jira work for your team, you can start creating documentation for Agile projects in Confluence. The best way to manage an Agile project is to set up a project space for all relevant documentation in Confluence. Anyone who wants more details on your project and its status can dig deeper to find more information. Here are a few ways you can set it up. You can create a space for each functional team and create a page for each major project or initiative. Or you could create a space for each project and create pages for each release cycle or launch. Once you set up your new space, you can start adding all of your project pages. They'll appear in Confluence's page tree on the left. You can customize your project space to include the team working on the project and key pages. In the recently updated module, teammates visiting your space will be able to see the latest and greatest. There are over 80 templates to help your team adopt Agile practices and to keep non-technical stakeholders up to date. The template gallery in Confluence features useful blueprints for every team. You can explore and preview templates directly from the gallery. So here are a few of our favorite templates for software teams. Use the project plan template to kick off new projects. With Project README, the whole team can define goals and milestones. This way, everyone stays aligned on shared objectives, timelines, and project scope. This template makes sure you have everything you need to prepare for an upcoming sprint. Using the sprint planning template, you can also decide and record what you're going to accomplish over the course of the sprint, review each team member's capacity as you plan and prioritize sprint tasks, use the template to record and follow up on any potential risks. Once your sprint is over, use the sprint retro template to help your team iterate and grow as you discuss what went well in the last sprint and what to improve. This template gives everybody visibility on how the team performed the last sprint. And it helps teams hold themselves accountable to changes that they want to make in the next sprint. Now that your documentation is in order, you're ready to link Confluence pages and Jira projects. This way, you can give your team the background they need for their work and save time finding important information. You can easily add pages within a project in Jira. Simply link to them within the Pages section on the side rail. There are even suggested templates in Jira so you can create documentation straight away. You can connect your project space in Confluence directly, so associated pages and documentation are linked so that they're at your team's fingertips. Here are your pages linked in your Jira project. And here you can see where we link documentation directly into Jira issues. So your team has all the context they need to begin work. Another quick trick to reduce context switching is to create Jira issues directly from work in Confluence. This way, if someone on your team points out a missing piece of work on a Confluence page, you can take quick action. No issue falls through the cracks. All you have to do is highlight the text to create your Jira issue. This highlighted text will populate the summary. You can also create multiple Jira issues at once by highlighting a Confluence table. All right, now I'm going to hand this back over to Jessica to talk a little bit more about seeing and sharing the big picture with Jira and Confluence.
Thanks, Sally. We know how important it is to keep stakeholders aligned and updated on progress so your team can stay focused on delivering work. Let's talk about some of the best ways to do that. Roadmaps in Jira help the entire team stay on top of work progress. Use roadmaps in Jira to sketch out the big picture, communicate plans with stakeholders, and ensure it connects to your team's tasks. You can do this with a few clicks in Jira software. Add your Jira roadmaps to Confluence using the Jira / command. From the list of options, choose Jira Roadmap, the project you'd like to display, and you'll be off and running. The roadmap will automatically update as you make changes in Jira so your stakeholders stay informed. In Jira, you can also run real-time reports with actionable insights on how your team is performing. There are burn down charts, sprint reports, velocity reports, and many more. With the Jira dashboard, you can easily prepare for status or stand-ups, knowing things are on track. The dashboard gives you detailed project updates at a glance. It will also help you keep an eye on progress and identify bottlenecks ahead of time. The Jira / command is the key to bringing Jira information into Confluence. Just type /Jira onto a Confluence page, and you can create lists, tables, and charts of Jira issues in Confluence. You can even use the / command in Confluence to add Jira reports to pages. The reports will automatically update, so everyone always has the most current information. To display a dynamic list of Jira issues on your Confluence page for sprint planning, stakeholder updates, or capacity planning, use the / command. Search for existing issues, create a new issue, or choose from recently viewed issues. From there, you can choose how you'd like to display the Jira issues on your page. List the Jira issues in a table or simply display the count of issues that are associated with your search. Now Sally's going to walk through tips for organizing workflow with some of our most popular integrations in the Atlassian marketplace.
Thanks, Jessica. So now we're going to talk about some of our most popular integrations in the Atlassian marketplace. So we have nearly 1,000 apps and integrations in the Atlassian marketplace. In the marketplace, you'll find everything you need to customize Jira and Confluence. Many of the integrations are with tools you already use today, and some are completely free. Just one call out here is that many apps require the site administrator to install them for your site so that your whole team can use them. So why use Atlassian apps and integrations? Integrations allow data from your cloud products to update seamlessly with bidirectional syncing. Reduce context switching and get all the necessary information in one place. And they help you gain better visibility into team projects with up-to-date information across all of your products. Now let's walk you through a few of our favorites for Jira and Confluence. One integration that's super popular with teams is Slack's chat integration, and it's completely free to use. With Jira's Slack integration, you can supercharge your team's collaboration by adding Jira project notifications, quick actions on tickets, and the ability to create issues directly in Slack. To get started, it's super easy. You simply invite the @Jira bot to a Slack channel. Then you set up your notifications. Next, keep your team in sync with real-time Jira updates in Slack. Cut the noise from filtering your notifications by issue type and priority to see the tickets you care about. Say your team is discussing a problem in Slack. It's easy just to type @Jira or /Jira to create an issue without having to switch tools. As you can see, the content of the conversation directly carries over to the issue. You can select the project and type of issue, and now be sure that the problem gets tracked and resolved. Now let's take a look at how the Slack integration works with Confluence. With this integration, you can bring Confluence pages and comments to the conversation so you can make sure everyone stays informed and gets the context that they need. The Slack app allows you to interact with Confluence directly within Slack. Just go to any page to set up your notification preferences in Slack. When you link to a Confluence page preview in Slack, you get a convenient page preview and even reply to a Confluence comment. Now we want to introduce you to the Google Sheets integration for Jira. This allows you to query Jira directly, create pivot tables, and even present sprint data and charts. Here's the add-on. It also allows you to use Jira query language, or JQuery, right from inside Sheets. JQuery is an incredibly powerful tool that allows Jira users to query any activity inside Jira. You can import issue data from Jira projects into spreadsheets using saved filters or a custom JQuery query. Now let's take a look at this integration in action. Here's an example of a simple JQuery query in Google Sheets that will return all of the open issues across Agile projects. And almost like magic, you see the details issued from Jira software populating in the spreadsheet. From this view, it's easy to generate powerful reports and pivot tables. Here you can see how simple it is to create a pivot table that shows the sum of open story points across projects, broken down by priority. And if you need a graph to present data in a meeting, No problem. With Sheets, you can easily turn this data into a stacked bar chart that shows distribution of story points by urgency across projects. Now let's talk about Google Drive for Confluence. This integration allows you to bring all of your files into Confluence, edit them in context, and even go full screen. All you have to do is type the / command in Google to get started. You can drag and drop any Google link, doc, sheet, or slides in your page. You can embed and even edit all of your Google Drive sheets, slides, and docs from within Confluence. Lastly, you can also adjust the height and width of these elements and go full screen. Time tracking apps like Tempo help you to manage teams by role and workload, track the time spent on projects, and integrate your team members' calendar tools and accounting tools, such as QuickBooks and many more. With Tempo, everything is integrated directly with Jira, so you can track time on issues without having to duplicate your data. Users have access to a calendar called My Work, where they can drag and drop issues to log work in seconds. It's also easy to approve and reject timesheets submitted by users. With the detailed time tracking data, it's easy to identify non-billable tasks where your team spends the most time. To track billable hours in Tempo, your first step is to create custom accounts for different customers or cost centers, and categorize them as billable or non-billable. Time logged on all issues associated with these accounts is then added up to give you an accurate representation of how much time was worked for each category. With the Glyphy integration, you can drag and drop to create and edit diagrams seamlessly in Confluence pages. This is an example of how you can add a Glyphy diagram from a template to a Confluence page. And you can even edit a flowchart right from your page. There are so many more apps available on the marketplace, so check them out. A couple are Draw.io, Miro, Envision, Adobe, Zoom, and Zephyr. So that's it for integrations. Remember that many integrations are completely free. Just start using them. Now I'm going to hand it back to Jessica to take us back to our last topic for the day.
Thanks, Sally. The best thing about using Jira and Confluence together is that we have features and plans that will grow with your teams. Today, we'll focus on our standard feature set, but I encourage you to check out our premium plans as your businesses begin to scale and you need more robust capabilities built for enterprises. Our standard plan allows you to invite leaders and other teams you work with, like design, marketing, HR, and finance. Make these teams part of your conversations as you set strategy, make progress, and ship new projects. Whether your team is 11 people strong or 5,000, our standard plan has room for everyone. As you may know, our free plan comes with community support. With standard, you get professional support provided by Atlassian's team of highly trained engineers. Support is available Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. It also includes 2-hour response times for critical issues. You can also get access to self-help resources, the Atlassian community, and our support portal. Where our free plan comes with 2 gigabytes of storage, our standard plan comes with 250 gigabytes. So you have ample space to make Jira and Confluence your team's single source of truth for all of your team's materials, whether they be files or attachments. Advanced permissions in our standard plans help you limit who can set up workflows and project schemes in Jira. In Confluence, space and page permissions allow you to keep work private to individuals or small groups while it's still in progress. Vet your plans and get buy-in with a small team first before sharing it with everyone. Page insights in Confluence give you information into how others are engaging with your content so you can manage it better. And Page Archive in Confluence allows the team to file away outdated pages and refer back to them as needed. This helps your whole team keep critical project information up to date. So it's very easy for admins to upgrade your plan, and I'll walk you through that. But what's really exciting is you can try standard free for 30 days. The way to start a Jira Software or Confluence standard trial is by clicking into your settings. Then you just go to your billing section and click on Manage Subscriptions and change your plan. When you do this, you're starting a trial and you can opt out at any time over the course of that trial. Great. So now Sally and I are excited to take your questions. First question, what advanced permissions are offered outside of Confluence Free? Well, Confluence Standard includes page and space permissions so that you can set granular permissions for specific users from comment only to view only to completely locking down content to only those who need it. These come in handy for all your team members if they want a little privacy on, say, a career plan they're working on or something in progress, as well as for teams who have to create sensitive interview information, document financial information, or again, sort of taking private personal notes. Now, our Confluence Premium plan, which we didn't highlight today, includes advanced permissions like admin key, inspect permissions, and copy space permissions to help manage complex permission schemes at scale. If you're interested in those, you can visit our website to learn more about that plan. Next, I'll pass it on to Sally for the next question.
Great. So we have a question here on can you share more information about the Slack offer that we linked to? So yes, absolutely. For the Slack offer, this is available to paid Atlassian customers who are eligible for 50% off a Slack paid plan for a year. So to learn more, you would go to atlassian.com/partnership/Slack. As a follow-up to that, I saw a couple questions on whether the Slack integration was paid, and great question. The Slack integration is completely free, super easy to set up. All you have to do is add the Jira bot to your Slack channel for the project. So yeah, absolutely take advantage of the free integration, and please check out the more details on the paid plan as well. Let me look at another question here. There we go. So how do I know if I should be using Jira Classic or Next Gen projects? This is a good question. We get this a lot. And so Next Gen is easier for project administration, and it's easier than Classic because it's optimized for team autonomy and ease of use. So for Classic, this is the experience that most people know and love with Jira. It's our oldest project type. So the Classic project type is more optimized for scale and control. So there are some trade-offs with both project types, and our recommendation is to try them out. It's completely free. And you can see which one works better for the size of the team and the way that you all are planning your workflow. Awesome. Okay, another question we have here is, I run a small business. How much is it to use Jira?
another great question. So since March, maybe earlier than that, Jira is completely free, and so is Confluence up to 10 users. So please take advantage of that. And yeah, free to sign up, free to try out some of your best practices as well. So please know that that's available to you if you want to get started. All right, so another question here is about roles and permissions in Jira. How am I able to assign roles in Jira? It looks like everyone is an admin, and that wasn't the case at my last company. So this is a great question. In our free plan, every user is considered a project admin and control project settings. So the ability to create custom roles and permission is a top reason customers choose to upgrade to one of our paid plans. And so when you upgrade, you get these user roles, so you have more control over who has access and who can change the settings of your project. So as you grow, this will be important. You also get advanced permissions. So similarly, you're able to configure repeatable processes and save those. There's templates available, but then also you can templatize your own process as well. So consider that if you're thinking about growing with Jira. Think about looking at our standard plan, which Jessica highlighted earlier. Let's see. All right, so another question here is, what are automations in Jira and how do you use them? So an automation is something we didn't cover a lot in this session, but is a good question, and it's free. Anyone can use it. So an automation is a trigger action in line with your process and workflow. So it's simply a rule builder. So if you want someone on your team to handle an unassigned issue, or if you want things that are auto-assigned, or to take specific actions to make your process quicker, you can use automations, and they should show up in project settings under project automation. And if it doesn't show there, you can go to Jira settings, system, and then automation rules. There is much more on automation on our website too, so please check that out.
I can dive in, Sally, if you want.
Great.
Okay, cool. So I'll take some of the Confluence questions. One thing I wanted to make clear, because we've gotten some questions on the integrations that we demoed today. Any of these can be found on the Atlassian marketplace. So just go to marketplace.atlassian.com. Your admin will need to install and enable some of these integrations. So this question is, can Google Docs be used on cloud instances of Confluence? Absolutely, but you need to get the Google Docs integration, and then it's very easy to use that / command in Confluence to link to Google Docs. Someone also asked, can you please explain the / command? Yes, I can. So we're literally talking about the / command on your keyboard. So when you're in Confluence and you're using the editor, the / command is located right next to the right shift. And when you press that in the editor, you will get a drop-down of all sorts of macros and special functionality that you can use. I have another question here about, do we offer dark mode for Confluence? We don't offer dark mode yet, but it's in beta for our Confluence Cloud mobile app, and we're rolling it out to customers soon. So if you don't have the mobile app, check it out and look forward to dark mode there. Sally, do you want to take a few more questions on Jira?
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds good. All right, so back into the Jira questions here. So what are the top differences between roadmaps and advanced roadmaps? So that's a great question. We have basic roadmaps and advanced roadmaps, which are available in premium. So the top difference is really the purpose for which the features are designed. So advanced roadmaps is optimized for cross-team planning, and roadmaps is optimized for helping individual teams better plan their work. So it's really, the features are optimized for the size of the team and how they're working, manage those dependencies. So a couple examples are, so with roadmaps, you can plan epics and provide visibility into stories, bugs, and tasks within a single project. With roadmaps, you can map dependencies between epics by drawing lines in your roadmap. But in advanced roadmaps, you can see every potential dependency that can impact your plan, even if the dependency lives outside of your plan. And then lastly, in roadmaps, you can make changes directly to your epics and stories. In advanced roadmaps, you can review changes before pushing them live in Jira. So you have a little bit more control as the plans advance for growing teams. And to learn more, we have a really great page on our website. It's Roadmap at Jira, and you can look at all of the different changes that we have there. So that's a great question. Let's see. We answered this one.
I can dive in, take a couple more.
Yeah.
Is there a time limit for using the free plan? There's not. The only limit to using the free plan is some of the functionality that we spoke about today, including that limitation around using only up to 10 users on your plan. There's another question here about what are some of the best ways to promote Confluence adoption within our company. So there are a few different ways that you can do this. You can just start creating a page for literally everything, all of the information in your company. You can use a space template so that you have that at the ready for new teams and projects that are coming on board. You can, replace some of your status meetings with status updates in Confluence pages. One of the things we do here at Atlassian is we ask every new hire to write an intro blog and share information about themselves so you can share company news with blogs. And that's a great place for the founders of your company or the leadership to share updates, either personal or strategic there. There's also a company that we learned about in Germany that used what we call the cake trick. So basically, you let people know on Slack or whatever chat you use that there's a cake available in your office, but you have to check Confluence to find it. And if you're working remote like we are, you could also tell them to check Confluence for, to learn more about free t-shirt or an expense lunch, whatever that is. Whatever works best for your company. What are the best elements and macros to use in Confluence? We have a few favorites. So again, if you use that / command in Confluence and type in expand, there's an expand element which allows you to add more detailed information to your pages sort of without overstuffing them. So what it does is it allows people to dig deeper if they want more detail. So you can label your expand and readers can dig into more data when they want it. We also love the status element. So again, / command status allows you to give colored statuses to your project milestones, for example, in progress or complete. That helps make your pages more scannable, looks really nice in a table as well. And then, of course, the table of contents macro / table of contents gives your pages structure and automatically populates based on your page headings. So this allows your readers to jump to the information they need. And Sally, why don't you, if you have a couple more, and then we can wrap it up.
Sounds good. Yeah, so I'm pulling up a few more here. Is there a way to print out the roadmap so I can provide a report to management? Yes, you can. So on the top right-hand side of the roadmap screen, there's a share button where you can export it. If you click export, you can select the time frame you wish to view and export, and then share that out. Also, you can use the share button where you can email the roadmap directly to the person or a group of people. So yeah, that is something that you can share externally with your cross-functional team members, with your manager, with the management team. Absolutely. Are next-gen projects cloud only? Yes, they are cloud only, and everything that we talked about for this webinar is really to a cloud-based audience. If you want to learn more, please visit our website. We have a roadmap also for Jira that you can check out to see what's coming. So definitely look there. Let's see. Okay. There's one more that I saw about notifications. So I know a lot of us are working remotely right now. And so notifications is top of mind. So yeah, the question is, how can you change? Oh, I would like to disable email notifications for certain events in Jira so that I don't get an email every time someone creates an event for me, completes something, or whatever the thing. You can totally relate to that. So users have the capability to change the notifications that you can receive. So you can actually go in to manage notifications as a user and click on the link that connects you to the Jira emails. You can customize the notifications that you would like to get. You can even turn off all email notifications if you like. Something that we use at Atlassian also, which is super helpful, is the Jira Slack integration that we talked about. So with this integration, you can have customized notifications in Slack. So when I go to start work for the day, I can actually just go directly in Slack and take a look at my custom notifications. You can create tickets within the chat as well, which we talked about earlier. So it's a great way to kind of stay on the beat for things that are top of mind and to kind of clear your inbox. So 2 tips there. And yeah, I think that covers a big body of the questions that we have. So to wrap up, I think I'm just gonna wrap this up if that sounds good, Jessica.
Yeah, that sounds great. Just a reminder to everybody that we will be sending a recording of the webinar in the next couple of weeks out to you, and you'll be able to share that with your teammates and rewatch. So
Yep.
Thanks to everybody for joining.
Yes, thanks everyone for joining today. I know it's an hour of your day. We had a great time spending this hour with you. So please look out for those resources, and thanks again. Bye.